Students, hi, this is Mr. Bob. In this video, I am going to walk you through how to complete the background research on power production assignment. I'm going to walk through one row together. We're going to do one row together, the first row, and that will give you an idea of what my expectations are for this assignment. And then you and the rest of your group will work together to complete the remaining rows in this assignment. So before we start this video, or before you continue with this video, you should have a handout of this background research on power production. It's the thing here on the right. It says student energy or .org/map. And you should already be at the website, which is up here, studentenergy.org/map. If you're not there, please take a moment to get there, pause this video, get there, and then continue. Okay, so the goal of this assignment is to between you and the work of your other group members is to get a general sense for what each of these energy sources are, a general description, especially using the scientific words and concepts we've been studying this year, understand some of the benefits involved with each of these. And then the third column you can see over here is called trade-offs, which you could also think of as drawbacks. So let me walk you through, let's together fill in the first row here, which is hydropower. So notice on this website, the student energy website that I have here on the left, it says energy system map. And if I scroll down here, I'm looking for hydropower. And if I look down and look through carefully enough, I will find it. It's right here. Okay. And you want to actually do this on your computer just so you get a sense of how to navigate this. So I'm going to click on hydropower. And notice I'm going to get this little side panel here. And the side panel says view topic. You want to just again click view topic because that's going to take you to all of the information about hydropower. Now notice if I scroll down here, there's information here, which is good information. There's more information down here, and there's also a video. It is up to you whether you read the information and fill in the sheet from just the information that you read, or if you watch the video. Generally, the videos are 3 to 4 minutes long. You can watch the video and pause the video as needed to get the information, or some combination of the two. For the purpose of this video that I'm showing you, I'm actually going to read. So what I'm going to read here is I'm going to read this first two paragraphs. I'm just going to read it very quickly. It says, hydropower, hydroelectricity refers to the conversion of energy from flowing water into electricity. It is considered a renewable energy source because the water cycle is constantly renewed by the sun. Historically, one of the first uses of hydropower was for mechanical milling, such as grinding grains. Today, modern hydropower plants produce electricity using turbines and generators, where mechanical energy is created when moving water spins rotors on a turbine. This turbine is connected to an electromagnetic generator, which produces electricity when the turbine spins. Okay, so I'm going to, and there's more information here about the size of the power plants. That's not so significant. So over here on the description, what I'm going to write to kind of summarize those paragraphs is I could write something like this. I could write mechanical energy. And by the way, you're obviously doing this on pen and paper. So that's totally fine. From moving water, spins a turbine, right? Which is connected to a generator. And then that creates electricity. Okay, so that's a pretty decent summary. And we can also basically say renewable. Okay, awesome. Now, we could read a little bit about the context. I'm not going to read all of this, but I'm looking for the benefits. So it looks like if I skip to the second paragraph here, notice this paragraph that I'm highlighting. Basically, it looks like hydropower is an abundant, low-cost source, flexible, reliable. Those all sound like benefits. And notice this next paragraph said there are many concerns. That looks like that's going to be the trade-offs. So let's just read this paragraph out loud and then just summarize it. It says hydropower is an abundant, low-cost source of power, despite high upfront building costs. It is also a flexible and reliable source of electricity compared to other renewable options, as it may be stored for use at a later time. Dammed reservoirs can also help with flood control, be a reliable water supply, and may be used for recreational purposes. So I'm not going to write all of that, obviously. I'm going to summarize this. What I might say is I'm going to first say, I might just put the bullet points here. I'm going to say renewable. Make this bigger, a little bigger for you. Renewable. And what else could I say? It sounds like it says low cost. And then they say flexible and reliable. So those are important things here. Let's see if I can move this over. Okay. And so that's a third benefit. What are the other benefits it says? Can help, particularly help with flood control. Flood control. Okay. And if you want to, you could put recreational use possible. You might want to add something like that. Okay. So those are 5 benefits there that we can talk about. Okay, so let's go to the third paragraph here. The third paragraph says, however, there are many concerns with hydropower, particularly large dam facilities. Damming a river has a significant impact on the regional ecosystem by flooding upstream landscapes, disturbing habitats for wildlife, blocking fish passages, and often displacing local communities. In addition, dam failures can be catastrophic, further disrupting landscapes and claiming the lives of those living downstream. Okay, if I had to summarize this, what I've read so far, I could say something like impact, or we could say negative impacts on ecosystem, displaces. When they say displaces local communities, they mean people lose their homes. Displaces local communities. Okay. And also talked about failures can be catastrophic. Okay. So those are 3 things I could get from that paragraph. And let's read this last paragraph. Finally, hydro plants are not completely free of greenhouse gas emissions. As with most forms of energy, carbon dioxide emissions occur during construction, particularly as a result of the large quantities of cement used. And loss of vegetation in flooded areas creates methane, another greenhouse gas, as its matter decays underwater. Okay, so how can we summarize that? We can say not fully CO2 free destruction and plant destruction. Okay, let me just make that a little bigger. Obviously, you'd be writing this. So those are the trade-offs or the drawbacks, we could say. Okay, so notice what we've done here is over the last few minutes, we have basically written a little description, a couple of sentences, 2 to 3 sentences. We've listed benefits. I would say you want to come up with at least 3 benefits, maybe more, and certainly at least 2 to 3 trade-offs minimum for each of these. So now what you're going to do, once we've done hydropower, what you want to do is have a conversation with the rest of the people at your table. And you want to equitably divide up the remaining types of energy. And notice there are 8 that remain. So perhaps if you're a table of 4, perhaps each of you will take 2. If you are a table of 3, obviously you'll have a little more work. And what you want to do is over the course of the next time period that your teacher gives you, you want to do your own part. And then after each person has done their own part, then you'll have a conversation with each other where you can share and exchange information and help each other fill in the ones that you didn't do. So by the end of this whole process, you should have a completely filled in background research paper on power production. And obviously you should do whatever your teacher tells you to do in terms of whether you submit this or you keep it somewhere special. Okay, thank you. I hope this has been helpful to you. And as always, I will see you soon. Thank you.